What's up? This is your girl Nicole Reloaded, locked and loaded with another video. Breaking news: Will Smith is banned from the Oscars for 10 years for slapping Chris Rock, but will be allowed to keep his award for Best Actor. Okay, so here's the timeline. The Academy, 9,000 members, had been completely split on the decision. There were hundreds of WhatsApp groups were arguing over it. Smith slapped host Chris Rock on March 27 for making a joke about his wife Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head. He later won the Oscar for Best Actor for his role in Richard King. Smith apologized for the violence, and Jada said she wished he hadn't slapped Chris Rock. Rock has been quiet on the controversy, saying only that he was processing it. Hollywood split on whether or not the actor should get to keep his award. Whoopi Goldberg defended him, saying all in his favor, it seemed to me, pretty much. But Whoopi Goldberg defends him, saying he'll be back and that he has nothing to worry about. Smith himself apologizes, and his wife Jada, who the slap was on behalf of, also said she wished he hadn't done it. Chris Rock has said little of the incident other than "I'm still processing." Will Smith has been banned from the Oscars for 10 years for slapping Chris Rock, but will be allowed to keep his Oscar. The Academy reached a decision on Friday, nearly 2 weeks after the infamous slap that was heard around the world. The 50-person Board of Governors met on Friday morning after a furious debate between 9,000 members raged over the last 12 days in hundreds of WhatsApp groups. The slap divided Hollywood and the public, with some insisting he should be stripped of his Oscar and not be rewarded for violence, while others said dismissed it and mocked it on social media. Smith slapped Rock on stage after the comedian made a joke and about his wife Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head. Pinkett Smith has been open in the past about her struggles with alopecia. After the slap, Smith returned to his seat and screamed, keep my wife's name out your bleepity bleep mouth." He then won the Oscar for Best Actor in his role as Richard Williams in the film King Richard. He used his speech to apologize to the Academy and to Rock, and he later posted an apology on Instagram. Rock has kept quiet on the issues, speaking out only to say he was processing what happened. Infamous Rock was slapped by Smith after making a joke after Jada Pinkett's bald head by presenting the Best Documentary at the Oscars last Sunday. The board of the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences will meet Friday to discuss how the punishment Will Smith for his onstage assault of Chris Rock at this year's Oscars ceremony. Above, Smith dances at the Vanity Fair Oscar party in Los Angeles. This was March 27th. So Chris Rock still hasn't said anything about this too much. I guess he has to be still processing it. I know that his brother Tony Rock wanted Will Smith's Oscar to be stripped of him. He wanted it to be taken away. So the Board of Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Science, they met today, and their discussion of the punishment is to ban Will Smith for 10 years. Will Smith, the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Science, set to determine Friday, which the determination has been made. So I'm reading the outline for you on the Daily Mail. #SlapGate. Will Smith will be stripped of his Best Actor Oscar. After slapping comedian Chris Rock on show stage, it appears there may be a split among making this decision. The organization 54 members Board of Governors will make the ultimate call. But after having a difficult time coming to a consensus and that are almost entirely split, a source told The Sun. Many said their hesitation toward taking the drastic steps of rescinding Smith's Oscar was based on the fact that the sexual predator Harvey Weinstein and Roman Polanski have not had their Oscars taken away. The decision was made earlier this week to expedite the hearing in the wake of Will's resignation, and during that call, it was clear that the decision would go to the wire. The general consensus is that it would be madness and rake hypocrisy to take such a stand now, the source said. But as we all know, Hollywood is a law unto itself, frankly. The Academy members, 9,000 members, are also apparently split. They were very split on its decision, the source says. The discussion is going on in hundreds of WhatsApp groups containing the thousands of members. David Rubin, the president of the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Science, told the board Wednesday he's moving a meeting originally shuttled for April 18th and brought it to the people today. Today. Will Smith has been banned from the Oscars for 10 years. Breaking news. Jada Pinkett Smith's wishes Will didn't get physical with Chris Rock at the Oscar. Couples are in agreement. The couple are in agreement that he overreacted, as Whoopi Goldberg insists that his career will still be saved. Academy will decide, which they have made their decision following Mr. Smith's resignation of his Academy membership on Friday, April 1st. Suspension or expulsion are no longer a possibility, and the legally prescribed timetable no longer applies. It is the best interest of all involved for this to be handled in a timely fashion, he wrote in a letter. The board has a few punishments it could hand out. They could have made Smith ineligible for future awards or bar him from attending future ceremonies temporarily or permanently. They could also strip Smith, 53, of the Academy Award for Best Actor, and he won less than an hour after on-stage assault, though the last time the board rescinded an award was more than 50 years ago. Rubin said the meeting was only originally scheduled for April 18th to give Smith enough notice, which is no longer necessary, according to Variety. Which first published Rubin's letter. The virtual meeting will take place, this meeting today that they had, took place today over virtual Zoom. The Academy only has rescinded one Oscar, and it was in 1969. It is found that the documentary Young Americans, which won Best Documentary that a year, had actually been released in 1967. Pinkett Smith supported her husband after he defended her by striding to the stage to smack Rock. Smith resigns from Academy on Friday, calling his actions during the ceremony shocking, painful, and inexcusable, and adding that he's accept any punishment doled to him by the board. The list of those I have hurt is long and includes Chris, his family, and many others of my dear friends and loved ones. All those in attendance and global audience at home, Smith said. I betrayed the trust of the Academy. I deprived other nominees and winners of their opportunity to celebrate and be celebrated for their extraordinary work. I am heartbroken, Will Smith stated. Though the board could technically take back its statue given for his portrayal of tennis coach Richard Williams in King Richard, there's little precedent for such a drastic move. Now, let's remember, speaking on The View the day after March 27th ceremony, actress Whoopi Goldberg, who is serving governor for the Academy of the Oscar branch, defended Will Smith's actions, reasoning that sometimes you behave badly. Smith slapped Rock, 57, in front of the world on a live television after the comedian made a joke about Will Smith's wife's, Jada Pinkett's, bald-ass head. Hair loss caused by alopecia. Now, from what I know, just like Lavelle said, she been bald-headed. She been had short hair. Her hair's been thin, and she's always been beautiful. But no disrespect to anybody out there that has hair alopecia. I have myself has suffered from not alopecia, but where the follicles in my scalp had died. So when the hair would grow out, it will fall out in the middle of my hair for many, many years. Shout out to my daughter, Dajane. The hair god created an oil that stimulated my scalp the roots and everything and brought them back alive. It came from attraction from my hair being pulled, and it was pulled out during a domestic violence dispute several times over the years by being with a very violent ex-husband of mine. Moving on. Whoopi said on Monday's show, I think it was a lot of stuff probably built up. I think he overreacted. I think he had one of those moments where it was like, God, and just stopped. I get it. Not everybody acts the way we would like them to act under pressure. And he snapped. Sometimes you get to the point when you behave badly. I myself have behaved badly on occasions. Whoopi co-host Sunny Holston said that she was surprised Will wasn't escorted out and questioned if there was the possibility of Smith's Oscar being taken away. Breaking news, the Oscar for Best Actor, Will Smith, will be able to keep, but he is banned for 10 years. Whoopi replied, we're not going to take the Oscar from him. Checkmate. Whoopi Goldberg standing in the paint for Will Smith to keep his Oscar because he does deserve to keep it. You took his Oscar, that would just be hypocrisy in my opinion too. Whoopi replied, we're not taking our Oscar from him, daughter. There will be consequences, I'm sure, but I don't think that's what they're going to do. Particularly because Chris Rock said, listen, I'm not pressing any charges. Facts upon facts. Now, violence in all forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior last night at the Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally like a little bitch. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line, I was wrong, I'm embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. Now, apology. Will has since apologized in an Instagram post stating that he was embarrassed by his actions, which shocked the ceremony attendees. Breaking news, the Oscar stays. Okay. I also would like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendants, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret my behavior has stained what has been on otherwise a gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will Smith. Okay. Will then went on to say he was sorry for organizations and producers on the show. Okay. Here goes Chris Rock. Okay, tough times. Chris Rock was spotted Tuesday looking somber on a solo outing in New York after his brother slammed Will Smith and said the Academy should strip him of his Oscar. Didn't happen. Sorry, Tony Rock. And they eat together. They chilling. Meanwhile, 42-year-old younger brother Kenny told the Los Angeles Times that he has trouble repeatedly watching the show and famous moment involving his brother from last week's Oscar ceremony. The brothers wanted that Oscar snatched and shoved where the sun don't shine. Speaking to US Weekly, an unnamed insider said Pinkett wished her husband never smiggity smacked Rock. It was in the heat of the moment, and it was him overreacting, the source said. He knows that, she knows that. They're in an agreement that he overreacted. They also allege that Pinkett Smith is not a wallflower, nor is one of these women that needs protection. He didn't need to do what he did, they added. Rock, on the other hand, has barely addressed the assault on his stand-up gigs. Appearing at a surprise set in New York's Comedy Cellar on Tuesday night, Rock said, lower your expectations. I'm not going to address this, a source told Page 6. Earlier that day, he was spotted walking around the city by himself. The 57-year-old comedian walked with his hands in his bomber jacket Tuesday morning. Meanwhile, his 42-year-old younger brother, Kenny, told Los Angeles Times that he has trouble repeatedly watching now a famous moment involving his brother for last week's Oscar ceremony. He said Smith should be stripped of his trophy. He said it eats at me watching it over and over because you have seen a loved one being attacked and there's nothing you can do about it. Every time I'm watching the videos, it's like a rendition that just keeps going over and over my head. Kenny continues to express his distaste of the A-list actions. He said, my brother was no threat to him and just had no respect for him at the moment. You just belittled him in front of millions and millions of peoples. To read more about this slap, y'all go ahead and look up the Daily Mail. And that is it. I hope that you enjoyed it. Once again, breaking news, Will Smith is banned from the Oscars for 10 years for slapping the out of Chris Rock, but will be allowed to keep the award for Best Actor. This was written by Jennifer Smith chief reporter for the Daily Mail.
Woods, pretty face, but I'm known for hitting drugs. Got him like, too good. To the yard, he ain't never leave his pretty on God. Broke, too good. Real boss, nigga got the Woods, pretty face, but I'm known for hitting drugs. Got him like, too good. To the yard, he ain't never leave his pretty on God. Broke, too good. Real boss, nigga got the hood. Real boss, nigga got